Hey Sash, you ready to shoot a video? Good girl. Alright, so you probably noticed I'm not at my apartment right now. I'm actually visiting family in Michigan. Probably by now you've seen that people have these little subscribe sections on the end of their YouTube videos now. So today I'm going to show you how to make one of those. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go ahead and open up After Effects and then create a new project, a new composition, and then we'll just call this end title. So now it's just going to give us a blank composition, and from there we can start crafting our end title for our video. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and import any footage that you might need. You can use a video or a still, it doesn't really matter. This footage that you import is going to serve as your background, so go ahead and put that in there, and then you can rename it to be called BG or background, whichever you want. It doesn't really matter as long as you keep things organized to a way that makes sense for you. Next, you want to go into one of your videos that you've kind of set up something. So this one is mine right here, and what a lot of people are starting to do now is create the white outlines around these circles and squares. So from here, what you want to do is create a screenshot. Once you have your screenshot saved, you import it, and then you can bring it right into your project. And now you have sort of a general idea of how to create your white shapes. So for this, you'll go ahead and zoom in, and we'll pick this one first and go to our ellipse tool. We'll create a new shape, and we'll try and make it pretty much the exact size. You can press T when you have an object selected to bring up the opacity, and with that you can just bring it down all the way if you want, and then you can line up your circle. So then, like, that's pretty much perfect. You can go ahead up here and turn on your stroke, make it a white. You can increase it to however big you want it to be. Doesn't matter if you have the fill on, but I just leave it on. And now we'll come over to the square and we'll do the same exact thing. There, and now you have pretty much the exact sizes of your two shapes. Once you make these, you can move them around to any spot in the video, and just make sure that you line up your circles and your square for your channel and your videos. So the next thing we're going to want to do is we'll hide that. A lot of times people will make their background go from in focus to out of focus. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create a blur and animate it so that it makes the background a little bit blurrier. So to do that, you'll come over to the effects and presets and you'll type in Gaussian blur. Once you have it on your footage, then you come up to the effects control and then you click the stopwatch next to blurriness, and then you can move all the way to the end and turn your blurriness way up. And when you do this, it's actually going to cut off your edges and make them black. So you'll want to click repeat edges, and that'll make it look like it's continuing forever. So now if you play it, it'll gradually get more blurry. And depending on how you want it to look, you can actually move the blur a lot closer so that it's really quick, or move it even further so that it's a slow, gradual blur. Now if you really want your video to be over the top, you can animate your shapes to come in. And to do that, you'll want to create two more shape layers. And for these, I'll just name them Circle Reveal and Square Reveal. You can call them whatever, just remember to keep it simple so you can understand and remember when you come back to it later. For each of these, you want the reveal to be on top of the shape. And then in the reveal, you're just going to make a rectangle. From there, you'll go down to the toggle switches and modes if you don't have it already switched, and you'll have this track matte. You want to set the track matte on the circle to alpha matte circle reveal, and right there is the square shape that we made earlier. It's only showing part of the circles, and to animate this in, you want to come to your circle reveal, open up contents, and then click the drop down on transform. Set keyframes on position and scale. From there, you'll be able to change the size of the square. So what I've done is I've unclicked this constrained proportions so that I can adjust the height on its own. So you'll make it pretty much so that nothing's showing and then bring it all the way up so that you can see the full circle. Just like that. And now if you play it back, it'll kind of wipe in like that. You'll want to press U. It'll bring up all the keyframes for that. You right click your keyframe and then just do an easy ease, toggle switches, and then on the circle reveal, there will be a little motion blur circles right here. Turn that on, and then turn it on for your project, and that'll give you something that looks a little like that, and it kind of animates in. There you go, and now you should have something that looks kind of like this. Super simple, and it'll look really cool once you add in your channel icon and then videos to play over here on the right. If you like this tutorial, feel free to comment and let me know what you think. And if you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button and let me know what other topics you want me to cover.